विहारी गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की द्वारकापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री मायापुर नवदीप धाम की गंगामय यमुनामयी की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की समावित गौर भक्त वृंद की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuः Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्नमाम्यहं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishthiki. Krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha. Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Welcome all of you for the Srimad-Bhagavatam class. Is my sound loud enough to everybody? You all can hear me backside? Good enough? Okay. So this morning we are reciting from the Srimad-Bhagavatam 3rd canto, 26th chapter, text number 37. Cālanam, vyūhanam, prāptir. netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ. sarvendriyāṇām, ātmatvam. vāyoḥ, karmābhilakṣaṇam. cālanam, vyūhanam, prāptir. netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ. sarvendriyāṇām, ātmatvam. vāyoḥ, karmābhilakṣaṇam. cālanam, vyūhanam, prāptir. netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ. sarvendriyāṇām, ātmatvam. vāyoḥ, karmābhilakṣaṇam. cālanam, vyūhanam, prāptir. netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ. sarvendriyāṇām, ātmatvam. vāyoḥ, karmābhilakṣaṇam. Matajis. cālanam, vyūhanam, prāptir. netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ. sarvendriyāṇām, ātmatvam. vāyoḥ, karmābhilakṣaṇam. cālanam, vyūhanam, prāptir. netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ. sarvendriyāṇām, ātmatvam. vāyoḥ, karmābhilakṣaṇam. cālanam, moving. vyūhanam, mixing. prāptiḥ, allowing approach. netṛtvam, carrying. dravya-śabdayoḥ, particles of substances in sound. sarva-indriyāṇām, of all the senses. ātmatvam, providing for the proper functioning. vāyoḥ, of air. karma, by actions. abhilakṣaṇam, the distinct characteristics. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki. The action of the air is exhibited in movements, mixing, allowing approach to the objects of sound and other sense perceptions, and providing for the proper functioning of all other senses. Purport. we can perceive the action of the air when the branches of a tree move, or when dry leaves on the ground collect together. Similarly, it is only by the action of the air that a body moves, and when the air circulation is impeded, many diseases result. Paralysis, nervous breakdowns, madness, and many other diseases are actually due to an insufficient circulation of air. In the Āyurvedic system, these diseases are treated on the basis of air circulation. If from the beginning one takes care of the process of air circulation, such diseases cannot take place. From the Āyur-veda as well as from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is clear that so many activities are going on internally and externally because of air alone. And as soon as there is some deficiency in the air circulation, these activities cannot take place. Here it is clearly stated, netṛtvam dravya-śabdayoḥ. Our sense of proprietorship over action is also due to the activity of the air. If the air circulation is stifled, we cannot approach a place after hearing. If someone calls us, we hear the sound because of the air circulation, and we approach that sound or the place from which the sound comes. It is clearly said in this verse that these are all movements of the air. The ability to detect odors is also due to the action of the air. So, in the Śrīmad-Bhagavad-gīta, Lord Krishna says, Utkramantam tidam vape bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudhananu paśyanti jnana chakshushaha shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati grihitvaitani samyati vāyoḥ gandha nivāśayāt. He is telling there are two types of people in this world. One is vimudha, one is jnana chakshush. So jnana chakshush are seers, and vimudhas are blind. And the jnana chakshush people, they are able to see how the soul enters the body, how the soul is moving the body, how the soul quits the body, and renders the body good for nothing. And then next verse he says that, of course in the same verse he says, vimudhanānu paśyanti. Those who are foolish, they cannot see what is moving the body. When I was a small kid, my father got a car. I have never seen such a car. It was, generally we have simple cars, but this car was a spring-loaded car. So he would give a key, and then leave it. Like that it will go. And I would wonder how the car is running on its own. So I would run behind it to catch it. So the car is moving because some living spirit has, loaded a mechanism to move it. Similarly, Prabhupada says, sometimes you see the animals running behind a vehicle, thinking it to be a bigger animal. Animals don't know that there is a driver sitting in the car who is moving the car. You can see an aeroplane in an airport. It may stay there for 1,000,000 years until one small pilot enters the plane and sits in the cockpit, then the plane takes off. So that's a living spirit. So those who can see the living spirit, they are real seers. Whether it is a small scooter, whether it is a car, whether it is a truck, whether it is a large aeroplane, all these vehicles are powered by one living spirit which is moving them. Therefore, the living spirits are all similar in nature. In what sense? You ask all the drivers of this vehicle to get down and stand in front of you, Pandita Samadarshina. You will see all of them will look similar. But when they sit in their big and small vehicles, people wonder how this elephant is so huge. And in your sometimes old book you open, there is a small dot-like creature which is moving. You have seen that? So inside both this dot-like creature and in the elephant's body, same type of spirit is animating it. So Intelligent person means one should be able to see that ātmatvam. There was one sage Uddalaka. When his boy came from the Gurukul, he asked him, "My dear son, what did you learn in the Gurukul?" He said, "I learned about ātmatvam." "Explain it to me." And the boy was trying to speak something technical. It was difficult for him. And the father said, "We should make complicated things simple, not make simple things complicated." So he told him, "Bring me a glass of water." He brought a glass of water. "Take a spoon of salt." He took it. "Put it and mix it." He mixed it. Then he showed it and said, "Do you see the salt?" He said, "No." Then he gave him a spoon of that water to drink and he said, "Do you perceive the salt in this?" He said, "Yes." This is how Atma is invisible in the body, but it is present. Then he told him, "Bring a seed." He got a seed and he cut that seed into many, many pieces. And he said, "See, this seed, if you cut it, inside you don't find anything. But when you sow the seed, it grows into a large banyan tree. That which is invisible to the eyes, yet which animates the body and makes the body grow, makes the body reproduce, makes the body move, that is the ātmatvam. That is the spirit soul." So in this way, Krishna says one should intelligently learn to perceive the soul and the body. The second verse he says, "Shariram yadavapnoti achapyutkramati ishvaraha grihitvaitani samyati vāyoḥ gandhani vāshayat." Just as the air carries the aromas, sometimes fragrant, sometimes objectionable. When you are traveling in a train, you will have this experience. Sometimes the train is going through a jungle where some animal has died and a nasty smell comes. Everybody is plugging the nose. Or the same train may be going through a flower garden where there are jandu flowers or jasmine flowers and there's a nice fragrance coming in the wind. Similarly, the Atma is covered by a mind, and the mind carries, the karma vasanas, good and bad, both, punya and pap. Both are carried by the mind, exactly like the analogy he gives here. Like a wind carries aromas. Good aromas or bad aromas it carries. And then accordingly the results are awarded. For that Krishna uses the word Vayu. Another place Krishna uses the word Vayu is Prāṇāpāna samayukta pachami annam chaturvidam. There are 5 airs in our body. So we'll come to that. So there are many words, Sanskrit words, which we will gradually explain in this verse. Netṛtvam, dravya-śabdayoḥ, sarva-indriyāṇām. We will come to that one by one. You see, the function, there are 6 specific functions, karmābhilakṣaṇam of Vayu. This also will be explained later. These are only the highlighted words here, but let us go step by step. See, these are very prominent 5 airs in the body. You will see Brahmanas in India, generally, typically before they eat the food, pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha, samanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, like the vyanaya swaha, they will say brahmane swaha, brahmani atma amritattvaya, and then they will put the water around and only then they will eat. You are offering. So what is the meaning of that? There is another verse. Harihi Om Sham No Mitra Sham Varunaha Sham No Bhavat Paryamam Sham Nayandro Brihaspatihi Sham No Vishnurukramaha Namaste Vāyoḥ Tvamevam Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvamevam Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanma Vavatu Tad Bhaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Bhaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So here it is said, Namaste Vayu Tvam Evam Pratyaksham Brahmasi. What is the meaning of this? Vayu in this world is actually the moving force in the body, and without Vayu the body will be stagnant. You will see amongst the tattvas, Bhumi, Rapo, Anala, Vayu, Kham. Vayu is the moving thing. He says that it is the presence of the Brahman in this world is easily externally perceivable by the presence of Vayu. So salutation to the Vayu is not to be taken as a separate salutation to a demigod independent of Lord Vasudeva. It should not be seen like that. It should be understood that he is representing Lord Vasudeva Because Lord Vasudeva has only sent this vayu to us in this world in different forms. What are they? Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. So what is this prana vayu? It's a forward moving life air, controls inhalation, respiration, heartbeat and sensory perception, and centered in the chest and the lungs, you see. And apana vayu. So this is, prana is forward moving. That's why when somebody dies, we say pran gaya, we say it went out, didn't come in. It went, that's all. The person lies down. You've seen that people, when they leave the prana. When apana is downward moving, it controls elimination of urine, stool, menstruation, childbirth and reproductive functions, located in the lower abdomen. So here is where many devotees may have experience of constipation situation, because our physical work often is less, and we work in the computer and we chant more, we contemplate more. So one has to eat accordingly also. Otherwise, if one eats disproportionately, then it produces gases in the belly, and the gases will not allow elimination of the stool and urine properly. Then it will produce some uneasiness. Initially one is greedy to eat, afterwards one is anxious to relieve. This is the conditioned soul's pathetic problem always. So, and samana vayu is equalizing air, controls digestion, assimilation, metabolism, distribution of nutrients, located near the navel. And it moves, circulates within the navel. And udana vayu is upward moving air, controls speech, memory, enthusiasm, growth, and at death carries a soul from the body, located, and this is located in the throat. So a couple of years before, I was supposed to travel to West. Suddenly my voice became very hoarse, rough voice. And then they found something like, what do you call it, voice nodule. They call it as a voice cord nodule. They said, you have spoken a lot, you have sung a lot, and you have sung at a very high pitch. Sometimes you sing at a very high pitch, isn't it? So the doctor showed that nodule. Of course, if you want to do a surgery of that, it is 3 lakh or 4 lakh rupees. But surgery is risky also. It can create some other problem. Then what should be done? They said you have to do voice rest. And 2 months you should not speak one word also. My Lord. And there are so many phone calls coming. Can you come for lecture here? Can you come for lecture there? It was a big problem. How to tell people. So those 2 months were a big austerity. Of course, I got to study Prabhupada's books nicely. I studied. Even the management, many times I would write in a paper and tell them what is to be done, or type and show them. I was doing it. So I did that, and after that in Āyur-vedic way it was cured. By Krishna's grace, I am allowed to speak and sing now. Of course, now also I sing loudly, but I am careful not to go to very high pitch. So, this we can understand how much we need the vocal cord in Krishna's service. For devotees, all the three are important, E and T. We need the eyes to read Prabhupada's books and see the deities. We need the throat to sing and speak. And we need the ears to hear. And, if we play very big vamper very loudly, there is something called as hearing-induced loss. After that, you cannot hear properly. So therefore, a devotee safeguards the sensory apparatus so that one can take advantage of, Krishna flowing into our system through the senses. So, Udana Vayu means, Udana Vayu controls the speech. And Vyāna Vayu circulates, it's a diffusive, pervasive air, circulates blood, nutrients, nerve impulses and energy throughout the body. It's present everywhere, Vyāna Vayu, all over the body. And there are 5 next level, as they are secondary, they are considered, these are called Panchaprana. And see, Upapranas, you see. Naga means, this is the one which causes belching. People do that, you have seen that? That is this one. And also vomiting sensation and relieves pressure in the stomach. If you ate something that is inappropriate, then this will make sure you vomit it out. Yeah. And Kurma, tortoise, means controls blinking and protecting the eyes. Do you keep count of how many times you blink every day? Do you keep? No, but this Kurma is doing it. This air does it. Because the eyelids are protecting the eyes, blinking. And krikara means one who causes action, produces hunger, thirst, sneezing, and stimulates appetite. You get that feeling inside, like a butterflies are flying inside the belly. You feel that hunger. That is the krikara, it's causing that. And devadatta is given by the gods, which is causes yawning and helps induce sleep and relaxation. IT people are badly in need of it. Because they sit all day in the computer and night when they want to sleep, they get insomnia. So, it's a gift of God that one can sleep peacefully. One day we were going in the car, in the road. So much buses and trucks and honking, pa, 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 and everything. In between the two roads, they have this grass and all. You have seen that sometimes? They put grass. There's one fellow was sleeping very peacefully. So one IT engineer was driving me. He said, Prabhu, my aspiration is to sleep like this fellow. One day. So, if you have the devadatta air, that will induce sleep for you. Of course, in Āyur-veda, in order to stimulate this air, they have a brahmi tail. They apply on the head and they remove the vata air from the bottom of the leg by taking a copper vessel and they brush it. You seen that? Black thing will come out. The more it is black, that means you have a lot of unwanted heat in the body. It will remove. Then you go to sleep. Then Dhananjaya, conqueror of wealth, which remains in the body even after death for some time, associated with decomposition, swelling, and maintaining bodily structure. That's why the bodies can survive. The survive in sense it can be, even after the person leaves, still the body appears fresh for some hours. After 5-6 hours, the smell started increasing badly because the metabolism is stopped and everything. So the Dhananjaya air keeps the body in shape so that the body can be taken away for cremation or burial later on. So it maintains the status quo of the body for some time, even after the soul leaves. So totally these 10 airs, Dashat-chadi, Bhagavatam says that. There is one verse which talks about that, Ekaya nasau, Dvifalau, like the Tridhatu, like that it says, 10th item is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that the 10 items are said in one verse. Ekayano it begins there. 10th item is, Dashat-chadi is this 10 airs. It talks about that. So the whole body is compared to a tree in that verse. I can show you that verse. It compares the body to a tree. This is a verse. This is the verse. Ekaya nasau difalastrimulas chaturasah panchavidah षडात्मा saptatpagashta vitapo navaksho dashatchadi tvikkagohyadi. This body is called as Adi Vrikshaha. It's compared to a tree. Why? In this body, Ekayanaha, the body of an ordinary living entity, living being is fully dependent on the material elements. And Dvifalaha, you are subjected to Sukh-dukh, Manapman, that is duality, according to karma. And Trimulaha, it has 3 roots, which is 3 gunas. Chaturasaha, 4 rasas. What are they? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. That is 4. And 4 kinds of rasa. And then the 5th one is Panchavidaha, means 5 senses for acquiring knowledge, Jnanendriyas. There are 5. And then Shadatma means 6 circumstances. That is called as Kshut, Pipasa, Jara, Mrityu, Shoka, Moha. Those 6 are called Shadatma. And Saptatvak, 7 coverings, like Rasa, Rakta, Madhyameda, Asti, Shukra, all those things. Yeah. And then, what is the 8th one? 8 is 8 elements, 5 gross and 3 subtle elements. That's called Ashtabitapaha. 8 branches of this tree. And then Nava Akshahan, there are 9 holes in this body. And then Dashat Chadi means 10 kinds of life air. And there are 3 Dvikagaha, there are 2 birds sitting. Who are they? Soul and super soul. See, the body, the total body and the individual body are of the same composition. That means Virat Purusha's body as well as our body is of same composition. May figuratively be called as the original tree. From this tree, which fully depends on the ground of the material nature, come 2 kinds of fruits, the enjoyment and of happiness and suffering. The cause of this tree, forming its 3 roots. That means the tree has 3 roots. What are they? Where is this material body getting nourishment from? 3 gunas. 3 gunas. 3 modes of material nature. And then the fruits of this bodily happiness have 4 tastes: religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, liberation. So, one has to do dharma, which may be a little painstaking. And then when one gets artha, that is a sweet fruit. Kama is even more sweeter fruit. And then one wants to get liberated, moksha. Like that, it has 4 fruits, which are experienced in 5 senses, 5 jnanendriyas. And then 6 circumstances: lamentation, illusion, old age. And then the 7 layers of bark. There are 7 barks in this tree. Skin, blood, muscle. Like our body has, rasa means the food that you eat. When it goes to belly, it's converted into blood and circulated through the heart. And then forms the muscles, forms the bones. Then finally it forms the semen. So in this way, all these items are compared to the bark of the tree. And the 5 gross and 3 subtle elements are like this. The last one he says, Dashachadi, which is the 10 airs, he says. So our body is compared to a tree with 9 holes. Yeah. So, see, devotees understand that all these airs ultimately function under the direction of the super soul, as stated in the Gita. Even chanting depends on Udana Vayu. Hearing depends upon Prana Vayu. Digestion of Krishna Prasad depends on Samana Vayu. And bodily services depends on Vyana Vayu, which is permeating the whole body. Thus, every breath reminds us that the body is not functioning on its own, but it is being maintained by Krishna at every moment. As long as pranas remain, body acts. When the pranas depart, all the bodily activities cease. Like that it says. So that's why these words are explained here. You will see nothing in the creation functions independently. I'll just show you one thing that will be pictorial easy to. See here. See, the cement, steel and wood, they do not automatically become a building. Correct? Now, although they are all assembled and kept. Similarly, you see, the computer parts do not become a functioning laptop on their own. Correct? No? Somebody has to assemble. Similarly, in the Radha Madhav kitchen, you can keep all these items ready. Unless some Mataji comes and cooks, it's not going to become bhoga, to be offered to Lord. Correct? No? So why these things are shown, this is the whole point. The ingredients existed in the dawn of creation, but the creation was inactive. And then the Lord entered. When Lord entered, as soon as Krishna enters the creation is set rolling immediately. You see, after his entry, all the elements become active, combined. If you want to read about this, you can put Nodatishtat Tada Virat. You can put, there are almost 15 verses. The Surya Devata stood near the eyes of the Virat Purusha and said, wake up, my Lord, wake up. Body did not move. The Dig Devatas were standing near the ears and offering prayers. Agni was standing near the mouth and offering prayers. And the Ashwini Kumaras were standing near the nose and offering prayers. Indra was standing on the hand and offering prayers. So all the limbs of her body have a sense devata presiding. But they could not wake up the sense, they could not wake up the body. Finally, it is a chittena hridayam. When the chitta, in the heart, when Lord entered, Salilat udatishtata, it is said. Then the Virat Purusha got up. That means when the Lord enters, everything happens. Just like an aeroplane, the air hostess announcing, boarding complete and everything. Yes, all of us are sitting, but still till plane is not taking off. Why? Because the pilot has to enter the cockpit. Then only it will take off. Just like I have seen in our yatras, my special master used to do a program in the evening. Initially Kirtan is going on and people are slowly assembling, 4:30 to 5:30. Everybody has sat and sound system is set right. Musicians are sitting ready. But the thing doesn't get started unless he comes. When he comes and sits, then the lecture gets started, correct? No? Everywhere there is somebody prominent. Without that prominent person, things don't get started. Similarly, in this universe, even if millions of souls come, the universe cannot move. They cannot move the universe by their own will, unless the Lord enters. Lord enters and then he moves. Like that. See, the material elements cannot organize themselves. Matter is not independent. That's the whole point. Lord oversees and sustains. That's how things move. You got an idea, no? Yeah. So here are these examples are given. Prabhupada used to give very simple, easy to grasp examples to understand how, no machine can function without a operator. So the air also cannot function on its own. These 10 airs, although Tvamevam Pratyaksham Brahmasi, it is said, you are representing the Brahman in this body. Without these 10 airs, this body is good for nothing. Movement cannot take place in the body. But it happens because the super soul is permitting. You see, these are the things the air does. Stability, cohesion, form and digestion, movement, and movement in the space. So, these are the ones I was telling you. When these airs are balanced, then there is good health. When disturbed, then disease appears. Bhagavatam therefore agrees with the Āyurvedic understanding that bodily disorders are arising from disturbances in Vayu. So, this is called Vata disturbance, they call it. When the Vata disturbance comes in the body, one problem is the digestion, another problem is a person can become overly agitated by anger. Some people even pick up things and throw and all. You have seen that? That means too much Vata has increased. You have to go take him to Āyurvedic doctor. You have to balance the air in the body. They go out. So, and also severe pain in the bones and all those things happens. So, the ultimate purpose of a healthy body is what? It is not for merely good health. Like in the morning we go on a Harinam Sankirtan in Pune. So, we go to one Nana Nani park, where almost like 50 to 60 Nana Nanis are sitting there. And all of them are moving the body. Because after you cross 60, 70, the body becomes like rubber. Now people walk like, you have seen that? It becomes, so, but those who are exercising the body regularly, the body is elastic. But if you don't exercise the body becomes plastic. You want elastic body or plastic body? So these people, many of them don't exercise, they eat a lot of junk food and they have obesity, and then they are trying to do different things too. So we do kirtan there and stay for a while and little bit speak also. I tell them that, see, you all are doing exercise, very good, but more important than the exercise is to take care of your soul. Because you are not the body, you are spirit soul, you are driver of the body. So we tell about the body-soul difference, and we tell them about the chanting of the holy name, and we tell them, look at your body how it is now, and look at your body how it was when you were a small baby. And your childhood, your youth, your adulthood, then your old age. Now some of them are like 75, 80 or something like that. We tell them the beauty of Bhakti Yoga is you can take to Bhakti Yoga at any stage of life. Prahlad Maharaj took to Bhakti when he was in the womb of his mother, isn't it? And Dhruva Maharaj took to Bhakti when he was a 5-year-old boy. Dasiputra took to Bhakti when he was a 5-year-old boy. And Bharat Maharaj took to Bhakti when he was in the prime of youth, like that. And Dhritarashtra took to Bhakti at the fag end of life, after getting chastised by, or Vidura. Prachana Parishad was almost at the age of retirement. After hearing from Narada, he retired and he took to Bhakti also. And Khatvanga Raja, there was only one muhurt left for his death. Khatvango nama raja rishi jnatve yuttamiha ayushaka muhurtat sarvamutsrajya gatavan abhayam harim. It is said there was only one muhurt left for him. He was actually devotee, Khatvanga Raja. He was in heavenly planets helping the demigods to fight against demons. So as soon as he came to know from demigods that only 45 minutes are left for me, quickly he returned to his palace, went to puja room, picked up the bead bag, chanted the holy name and went back to Godhead. He must be a really prepared fellow to remember the Lord. What you will remember at the time of death will depend on what you have been contemplating all through the life. For example, say somebody is standing with a teacup. Somebody passing by hits him. What will spill out? Tea will spill out. If somebody is having milk cup, then milk will spill out. Similarly, whatever we are contemplating, that will spill out when death gives a kick to us. So, the thought that is going to come will depend on, like when you're walking on the road, a thorn pricks your feet. Some people may say, Mama, they will say, Papa, they say. Somebody may say, Govinda, Gopala, Madhava. Somebody may say like that, correct, no? When the gopis were pricked by the separation of Krishna, when he was about to take him, our Akrura, correct, no? What did the gopis cry out? Evam bruvāṇām virahāturāvrisham vrajastriya Krishna vishattamanasa visrajalajjām rurudasma suswaran Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda damodara madhaveti. So when the gopis are pricked by the situation, they called out Govinda damodara madhaveti. So everybody is absorbing their consciousness in something and that will come out. Therefore, we want a healthy body because body is a shariram kalu dharma sadhanam. It's a dharma sadhan for performing dharma. So we want to keep the body healthy enough for serving the Lord. Not pay so much attention to body that our bodily consciousness increases. Like I go to US in different universities, there are so many students, they do this treadmill, running, keeping the body fit, which is very good. You should be healthy. And a lot of people go running also in the morning, you will see. Americans are very dedicated and committed to whatever they take up. If they take up something, they do it. Like, as a devotee, my experience is if I get some back pain, doctor will give me some yoga. So once I do yoga, I get little well, then I won't do yoga after that. So then again you get pain, go to doctor. Doctor is asking you, are you doing yoga regularly? No, Prabhuji, I have too many programs and everything. Again, start again. So we are not, because many times we think this body, you will always get replacement body, If one goes off, you'll get another one. But if you keep the body healthy, it's going to be helpful in, burning longer, not burning out quickly. Somebody can burn till 80 or 90 also. But if one is not keeping the body healthy, then that's why he's saying that. See, the function of vayu, wherever there is movement, air is involved. For example, leaves are moving, cālanam, he says. Clouds are moving, mega, correct, no? Megamala cālanam, he says. Lungs move, inside the lungs. Like lungs, you have seen that? Lungs have to breathe air. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, the lungs have to move also. And blood circulation to happen, you need the air also for that. Nerves transmission, you need. Nerves are very fine, very thin. Inside that, air plays a very vital role. Tongue vibrates. Like my doctor was telling, that vocal cord doctor, the vocal cord, it vibrates millions of times. When you are speaking, when you are singing, when you sing high pitch or when you blow the shank, the vibration is extremely fast. He said, no human being can make such things. It's God's creation. There is a passage of air. Similarly, for the legs to walk, padasanchara, you see, and then pranavayu. So you will see that all these different movements. So it's made possible by the movement of the air. Yeah. You can see when this air leaves, then the prana leaves. Even a few moments before the death, the eyes were present, ears were present, brain was present, everything was working normally. But the moment the air leaves the body, it is said that first the super soul leaves the body, and he does upeksha to the body. What is upeksha? He rejects the body. After that, our air leaves out of the body. When air leaves, behind that the jiva also leaves after that. So if the air leaves through the buttocks or the urinal hole, then one gets animal body or a bird's body or aquatic body, the lower kingdom body one gets. That is why the yogis, with the heel of the left foot, they plug the back like this. They plug it. They want to make sure that they don't leave the body through the bottom hole. And if somebody leaves through the eyes or ears or mouth, they get Brahmana body or they get human body and Devata's body, like that they get. And yogis, they raise the Kundalini Shakti through the 6 chakras and they bring it to the 6th chakra, which is Brahmarandhra, and they break the Kapala. And those who leave from here, Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mamanusmaran yaprayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. Krishna is telling, those who live like that, they can go to any planet they want. They can go to Vaikuntha also, or they can go to Siddhaloka, or they can go to heaven, like that. Now when Arjuna heard from Krishna, you have to leave the body in Uttarayan, then you are liberated. If you leave the body in Dakshinayan, you take a U-turn and come back. You have to leave the body in the daylight, then you get liberated. You leave the body in the dark of the night, Krishna Paksha, then you have to take a U-turn and come back. Arjuna became frightened. My dear Lord, how can I make sure I leave the body in daytime only? How can I make sure Uttarayan is January to July? What if I leave the body between July to December? Krishna said, Arjuna, this is not for you, and this is not for devotees. Vedeshu yajneshu tapasu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogim param sthanam upaiti chalyam. He said, Arjun, because you are my devotee, you get all the fruits of all these other guys. Those fellows are chanting the Vedic mantras, yajna they are performing, Vedeshu, Yajneshu, Tapasu, those who are tapasvis, yogis, they are doing, and those who are giving dan, charity. All the fruits you get in one stroke just by chanting Hare Krishna, that's all. So, Bhakti Path is called as one stroke method. It's like boarding a lift. You board the lift and it takes you straight to the 100th floor. Only thing is, don't stop the button and get down in between anywhere. Just go straight. So, see here, vyūhanam, mixing or combining. Like the fragrance is spreading, smoke spreads, clouds gather, the seeds travel through the air. That's how the pollination also takes place, when the pollens are spreaded. So vyūhanam. So, just as the air has a tendency to spread the smoke in the sky, or spread the fragrance, spread the clouds also, and take the seeds and travel. In the same manner, association is also like that, the nature of association. Like when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was preaching in South India, it is said he would go to the one village and make them devotees, many people. Then they would go to the neighborhood villages and make many, many devotees like that. Like that. And any village, Mahaprabhu found a very, very serious personality. Then he would go and stay in his house whole night. Whole night he would do Krishna Katha. Next day morning he will make him the Acharya of the village. Tell him, you are the Guru. Amare Agnya Guru Haya Radheshyam. And then he will proceed to the next place like that. In this way, association also spreads. Like devotee spreads enthusiasm through Sankirtan, whereas materialistic person is spreading material consciousness. Just as the air carries fragrance, association carries consciousness. Air may be carrying fragrance, association carries consciousness. Therefore, Sangatyaga is said. You see, Kapil Dev says, sound travels through air, ear receives it, mind processes it, body moves towards it after hearing the sound. That is why for the ears, who are the presiding deities? Digdevatas, correct, no? If somebody claps the hand like this, immediately you look in that direction, correct, no? That's why the Digdevatas are in charge for the ears. So, here you see, we think I am hearing, I am walking, I am acting. But many unseen arrangements make these activities possible. That's the whole idea. That's the false ego's claim, I am the doer is exposed. Actually, 5 things are required for us to see or hear. For example, first the sun should shine in the sky. Without external aid of light, our eyeballs are useless. In a Amavasya day, can you see somebody? In the dark night, say you are walking in the road, somebody else is coming in the road, both of you will hit each other. And that fellow is shouting, ah, he's shouting. Then you see his shining teeth, then you say, sorry, sorry. Otherwise we cannot see. So for us to see, we need external aid, light. So the external aid is the sun. So we need the sun, we need the eyeball, and in the Sukshma Sharir there is one eye also. That is actual eye in the subtle body. Shabda Sparsha Rasa Rupa Gandha, no? So that eye you need, and then the presence of the super soul, and then the soul can see. Totally 5. And then it is said, what about the super soul? Does he have any need for external aid? The answer is given. Sva ashraya ashrayaha. He is sheltered in himself only. Whereas when we are concerned, we are sheltered in Lord and the other things provided by the Lord. Therefore, we are not the doer. That's the whole point. See, yeah. Yeah, these are things in the purport. Paralysis, nervous breakdown, madness, all those things are there. So, proper breathing. So, I have put the same thing in the form of this thing. Vayu as a messenger. Air carries a substance and sound. So, holy names are carried by the air. And the holy names are not just ordinary sound. There is one verse which says, Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hrit saroja aste shrute kshitapato nanunata pumsam yadyadhyata urgaya vibhavayanti tat tat papu pranayase sadanugrahaya. Here he says, etutpadiya charanam bhujakosha gandham jigranti karna vivarair shrutivata. He is saying, etutpadiya charanam bhujakosha gandham. Between the 2 lotus feet of the Lord, when Jiva takes shelter, he gets the saffron dust particles of the Lord carried by the wind, he says. Etutpadiya charanam bhujakosha gandham jigranti karna vivarair shrutivata. The Shruti sound is carried by the wind, heard by the ears. What is the result of that? If you hear that, it has a potency to destroy forgetfulness and awaken remembrance of the Lord's lotus feet. Yeah. Therefore, our path is called the Shruta Ikshita path. We have to first hear and then see. Not try to see things. You know, one boy went to a chemical lab. He saw a glass of lemon juice because there were 2 pieces of lemon squeezed and put there nearby. He was about to drink it, but his friend told him, don't drink it, check with the laboratory assistant. So he asked the laboratory assistant said, this is not lemon juice, this is acid. He said, if you put in your tongue, you will have a hole in the tongue. He was shocked. But then what is this lemon piece, he said. He said, just now I finished my lunch, that's why lemon piece is there. Not that I squeezed it into the glass. So should he trust his eyes or should he trust his ears? Yeah, therefore Shabda. Shabda should be heard. Shruti, we say. So the word, Sanskrit word darshan has 2 meanings. Darshan, darshan. This is called, darshan is philosophy. This darshan is seeing. So first this darshan should come and then we should see with this. So in this way the transcendental sound is carried by the wind also. Yeah. Ātmatvam. Actually for all the senses, air is the Atma. Like I told you, Tvamevam pratyaksham brahmasi. That's what is explained in this slide. So, yeah. See, cālanam, the air is moving the legs, so let us walk to the temple. Vyūhanam, mixing, let the holy name be spread by the Sankirtan. In the same manner. So all these different things are given. I have given in a tabular format also later. See, going to temple, walking for parikrama, traveling for preaching, that's the best use of cālanam movement. Vyūhanam is mixing with devotees in Sankirtan and the voices of the devotees. Some Kirtanam, Bahubir Militva Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Instruments and prayers, all are mixed together. It becomes very, very powerful. And prāptiḥ, approaching, hearing the call of Sri Guru and Krishna through the scripture, and then approaching the holy place or holy person. You see? Netṛtvam, Our breath carries the holy name from the throat to the ear, and also carries bhakti rasa in speech. Yeah, that is, and then ātmatvam. Without prana, we cannot offer arati, or cook for Krishna, dance, or even cry out in prayer. Therefore, the life of the senses is the air. He says, yeah. That's why dravya-śabdayoḥ, the word is used. Yeah. Dravya and Shabda, okay. So honor your breath, don't waste it in gossiping, and use it for Sankirtana. Holy name carries us back to God. So these are things. So, see, even though even it is mentioned here that even the simple activities they depend on, like walking, speaking, hearing, they look like very simple activities, right? But they require air, senses, mind, intelligence, previous karma, super soul. Then what is ours? Well, our contribution is very little. One farmer told God, "Oh God, I have to work so hard in my life." God said, "You're really working hard?" God asked, "Who gave you the mango seed?" He said, "You gave." "Who kept the potential in the mango seed to germinate and grow and become a sapling and become a tree and produce thousands of mangoes?" That also you did, he said. "Who gave you the earth?" He said, "You gave the earth." "Who gave you the sun to give the warmth to the plant?" "You gave." "Who gave you the rain shower?" "You gave." Then God asked, "What are you doing?" Then the man thought, the only small thing I do is to dig the earth and put the seed, that's all. So we do 5%, God does 95%. So by knowing this, we can be grateful to Lord. So here is the reflection question. You see, do we treat our breath as a mechanical function or as a sacred instrument? So we can actually use it as a sacred instrument given by Krishna to serve him through the senses. That's the whole point here. If you use it, use this as. You see, appreciate. See, the air is invisible, pervasive, and life-giving. Some practical application is given here, you see. When we do seva, we should be like a salt. Is it salt visible in a sabji? No. So, do service in such a way that others may not notice, but Krishna notices. And many devotees serve like air. Any of you have seen some devotees work so hard, but they will hide behind the back and do a lot of services, correct? No? Sometimes after the whole festival is over, they do the wind-up at the end, like that. Second is, do not become proud. Even walking across the room depends upon countless arrangements beyond our control. In the body, there are countless arrangements which are making us walk and digest and everything. Third is, protect the body for seva. See, one is do invisible service like that. Second is, don't become proud. Third is, protect the body for service. Fourth is use the sound properly. Kirtana, preaching, encouragement, and don't speak any apashabda, or don't criticize, don't yell, all those things. So use the sound properly, and also hear attentively, with the ears. That's one verse, Bile batorukrama vikramanye nashin vadak karnapute narasya jikhvasati dardurke vasuta nasopagayat turgaya gata. Those people who do not use the ear holes for hearing Krishna Katha, their ear holes are compared to the snake holes, it is said. Why? Because they hear gossip of materialism, and the snake-like material desires enter, and they go and reside in their mind, and they keep on hissing them, fulfill this, fulfill that, they keep on hankering. So he says like that. So that is why let us use our ears for hearing the Lord's glories. Yeah. So, I am not the controller, I am maintained. My dear Lord Krishna, as you have kindly given me this breath, let me use it for chanting your holy names and serving your devotees. This is the conclusive understanding. Okay. So, I have no time for questions. If you have a question, you write to me, I will reply, okay? Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. So I will be available here another 5-10 minutes. If anybody want to talk to me, can check with me. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Will you be able to participate in